What is going on, people? You're listening to the show, The Art Podcast. We're your host. My name is Ames. Alongside with me is my boy, my partner in crime.
Yes, sir.
Abe.
Yo.
What's going on, dog?
I'm good. I got some news.
What we got?
You don't know about this news.
Oh, what we got?
Seriously.
Oh.
So our newest sponsor for the podcast.
Ooh, okay. Jump on in.
Ames likes coffee.
Okay.
So we went out and made a deal. Our newest sponsor for the podcast is Mod Cup Coffee.
Oh, nice. Shout out to Mod Cup Coffee. Yeah?
Yeah, it literally happened yesterday.
Nice.
The coupon code will be Show the Art. It should be live by the time this thing comes out.
Okay.
But if it's not, just patiently wait.
Okay.
And then hopefully by next week. But yeah, go to what is the website? I don't even know the website.
Coffee.com.
Check it out real quick.
Let me Google it. Let me Google it.
Because it's so live. We're so live right now.
That coffee is so live. Hold up.
It's just modcup.com. So modcup.com.
Yeah.
They're a local coffee shop around us.
Mm-hmm.
They make the freshest of fresh coffee.
They're one percenters.
They're one percenters. Basically, go back like a month and a half ago, and listen to our episode with Travis, who's the owner of Mod Cup.
And my top 3, if not my my favorite podcast that we recorded.
Yeah, and he just goes deep into the climate, the coffee game. Yeah, the climate of coffee and how no one's drinking fresh coffee for the most part.
Yep.
And you're missing out on the flavors. You're missing out on the layers.
I agree.
And coffee is more intricate than wine. And there's winos out there.
Yeah. We know about you winos.
So, it'll give you a deeper appreciation for coffee, and it'll make you want to buy real coffee. And these guys sell real coffee. 18 days after it's roasted, toss it away.
Yep.
So they toss everything in the garbage after 18 days.
Because you don't deserve it.
Because you don't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
You only deserve the best.
The best coffee.
One other thing that they have, their new thing, is their Cascara chocolate.
Oh, my goodness.
You tried it the other day, right? This is live. This is not made up.
Yeah. We went there was it last week?
It was last week.
So he was like, yo, get the chocolate. It's delicious. Cascara. It's good. It's really good. I'm like, I'm not. And then I noticed, I'm like, oh, it's not. No hate against all you dark chocolate lovers, but I'm not into that. So there's probably people listening out there that aren't into it as like me.
Uh-huh.
I'm not into that bitterness or that kick that it has, which is cool, whatever. So the one that they have is like a nice little chocolatey taste, and it tastes fruity at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's really the bean where the coffee comes from, guys. So
yeah.
Are they selling that too?
Yeah, they're selling it too. It should be on their website.
You checking it out right now?
Yeah.
If not, we should tell them to sell it.
Yeah, no, they're going to sell it. I don't know when it's going to go live on their site. But, go to their site, buy a bag of beans. I know their Brazil blend is great.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest go on their website, buy the Ethiopia dry process.
Do they have anything
coffee.
from Kenya?
Let's see. I'm trying to sell the Ethiopian, dog.
Oh, true. My bad. No, I'm saying both. Those are my favorite.
Okay.
If you guys are into like the light fruity type of coffees, I would suggest going with those.
Yeah. So go on there, take a shot at it. Buy some fresh coffee. It will get to you pretty quickly because they want to preserve the freshness. You have to grind it yourself.
Yep.
Again, listen to the podcast and you'll find out. And enjoy some fresh coffee. Yeah. Modcup.com. Use the coupon code SHOWTHEART.
Oh, I am excited.
Me too, man.
I am excited.
Me too, man.
Let's get that work,
We make moves. We
moving, man.
So moving on, since we make
moving
moves.
on. So let's hit them up. Let's get to the goods. Let's get straight to it. Huh?
Okay.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
UFC. This
one?
weekend. Well, we'll talk about the past one, but this weekend coming up, it's pretty good, man. We got RDA, the main event. RDA versus Robbie Lawler.
Yes.
I found this. I was on Bleacher Report, and I think Mike Chapetta brought up
Mike Chapata?
Chapata. Mike Chapata with you.
It's Mike Chapata. Mike Chapetto.
Where is it? Keep talking. So where is it? There you are. He goes, wild Robbie Lawler statistic. According to my research, in 30 fights
Mhm.
for major organizations. That's UFC, Elite FC, Pride, all that. Spanning 5 hours, 26 minutes, and 36 seconds. He has never attempted a single submission.
Robbie Lawler?
Robbie Lawler. You surprised?
No, I
No,
don't know
you
why
shouldn't
that's
be.
a stat we even have to look at.
I know, but it's just pretty fun to think about. All he does, there's
Mm.
only one thing he uses, guy. Oh, there's two things. His hands.
That's it.
He using anything else, man.
Hands.
Them hands. Well, legs too.
A kick here and there.
Yeah, like a sprinkle.
A
He
s-
kind of salt bays you with a kick. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
to let you know that it's there. Other than that,
what is it called when they put those? His kicks are just garnish.
a little accoutrement. That's all it is,
That's
man.
all it is.
It's a little time on your steak as
That's
you
it.
baste it with butter.
Boom.
There.
That's an interesting stat.
Mhm.
I'm totally not surprised, and I'm not
Me neither.
nothing against it. I'm not excited about it because it was like, well, duh.
Yeah.
But it's
But it's
actually
just fun.
pretty interesting to
It's
know.
just fun to
Yeah.
hear, like, out of those 5
Yeah.
hours, he's not attempted. Well, he's like, nah, even if it's there, I don't know, I'm just going to punch you
Yeah.
anyway.
Basically, what they're saying is whenever he knocks somebody down, he either finishes them or lets them back up,
Yep.
which is very, very ruthless.
Yeah.
Hence his nickname.
Yeah.
Robbie Lawler. So he's fighting Rafael dos Anjos. Dos Anjos. This Saturday night. And a lot of people are saying that this is a fight to earn the #1 contender
Ooh.
shot.
Which
at
I think I agree.
Tyron Woodley.
That's
I think
going to
so. Yeah.
be me too.
I mean, both guys are former world champions.
Mhm.
One guy's a former world champion in that weight class, who was one of the longer reigning champions since GSP,
True.
if not the longest reigning since GSP.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, Dos Anjos, RDA, was the former lightweight champion who got ousted by Eddie Alvarez.
Who's
But,
a buzzsaw all in himself too. So
how does Mug go from the lighter weight class to the heavier weight class
oh,
and
And you're
make it to
facing-
#1 contender shot? What
you
the
gotta
hell?
be, yeah. Well, yes, he's a problem though.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those. I guess they want to keep his name up there and not kind of. You could kind of build off him, former champion, moving up in weight.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying
okay.
like, how does the small guy come up
true,
and start
yeah.
trashing people? He blew up
Yeah, Oof, real fast.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. Maybe that's gonna help him out.
Mhm.
Let's see how it goes. In the beginning, I was telling myself as I'm watching, not telling myself, but I was rooting for RDA in the beginning. But
Mhm.
as I was watching promos, since Robbie Lawler's an OG, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up rooting for Robbie Lawler.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's one of those matches like I kind of want to see a good fight. I hope
Yeah.
both of them make it out okay. But
True.
yeah, who are you going for?
Same thing. This fight is more of like a fan fight for me.
Yeah,
And
right?
I was a fan of Robbie's long before I was a
Mhm.
fan of RDA's. So I'll be rooting for Robbie, but who do I think will win this fight?
Yeah,
That's very interesting.
yeah, man.
That's a hard call. I like what Robbie did in his last fight against
Okay.
Cerrone.
Yeah,
He looked
just kept going at him, right, like a buzzsaw.
yeah. Robbie has really good takedown defense.
Mhm.
That's where Dos Anjos shows like he's a dominant force.
Yeah.
But
True.
Dos Anjos is no slouch standing up.
Yeah, man.
But I'm gonna go with Robbie on this.
Okay. Yeah.
I won't be surprised if RDA wins it. Going with Robbie.
Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking that maybe he still has a chance is because no one ever knocked out Ben Henderson in a fight until RDA, and that's with Ben Henderson moving from welterweight down to lightweight. So Robbie Lawler is a different type of animal, though.
True.
So we'll see. But if he can knock out Ben Henderson at a lighter weight, I think RDA might,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it depends
hold some
on.
fireworks in those gloves.
It also depends on how Robbie is approaching this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like subconsciously, he might be going in thinking, I
If
can
I
be a
win
little
this-
bit more patient.
Yeah.
This guy's a smaller guy.
True.
And when you go against a freaking Wolverine like
Yeah.
RDA, patience is not the thing you want
that's
to
a
have.
good name for him.
A Wolverine.
Because
right?
he kind of has that look like of a Wolverine,
Yeah.
right? He
And-
could be like the Brazilian Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's the Brazilian Wolverine.
Yeah, new nickname, Brazilian Wolverine.
At welterweight though, he's
Yeah.
shorter and stockier.
Yeah.
Brazilian Wolverine.
So we have the Brazilian Wolverine. We have the white Borrachinha.
Who's the white Bohashinya?
Come on, man. Oh, let's talk about that.
Who is that again?
Gordon Ryan.
Oh
man.
yeah, Gordon.
Come on, man.
Before we go into Gordon,
Okay.
who do you think made a better transition to welterweight? Donald Cerrone, RDA. Even though Donald
Oh.
Cerrone is actually announced that he's going back to lightweight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
But who do you think? Or is it too early to tell?
I think it's too early.
Okay.
It's one of those. It's too early to tell.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll have a better response after this fight.
Sure.
Yeah. Because how many fights has RDA had in welterweight? Not that many,
this
right?
Is
3.
His third.
Yeah.
Third or fourth, maybe.
Yeah.
I think third.
Yeah.
But also, if RDA wins this and gets a title shot, it's obvious he is doing better than
Yeah.
Cerrone ever did. Because Cerrone never got that welterweight title shot.
He is always like that one fight away.
Yeah.
Oh, it just sucks, man. I'm such a Cerrone fan.
I know,
but
man.
Yeah.
So what other fights are on that card? We got Mike Perry versus Ponzinibbio.
Ponzinibbio in the pre-fight or whatever it's called. He called him Pinocchio.
Oh no. Oh no.
I said,
Remember a couple of months ago when Darren Till won his fight and he was talking about Darren Till
Yeah.
and he's like, "Man, I got to go down there and get my Tetris shot." I'm sorry,
Yo,
Mike Perry.
Mike Perry's a character, man.
Yeah.
I was telling
What the
Abe,
hell's a Tetris shot?
Mike Perry's the type of guy that if once fighting is gone, I mean, I hope he builds a good resume and a good fighting career, because it just seems like after this, he doesn't really care about anything else, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's like this is his like when people say like this is my life, I don't really believe it unless you're Mike Perry or even So
no, yeah, Perry. Period.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So it's an interesting fight, man. Someone's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah,
Mike Perry has 11 fights, 11 wins, 11 knockouts.
God damn.
That boy's a problem. Maybe if I got the numbers wrong, but I'm pretty sure all of his wins have all been knockouts. So either way, someone's gonna go to sleep.
Wow.
So get the mattress ready.
And Ponzinibbio is no slouch on the feet.
Yep.
The guy's pretty explosive. He's pretty elusive.
Yeah. He just put out Gunnar Nelson.
I know there's a little controversy, but he still put him out. This is going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the underdog.
Who's underdog?
Ponzinibbio.
Okay. Yeah, actually, me too. Yeah,
I'm going to go Ponzinibbio. I think Mike Perry's very good, but Mike Perry's one of those guys that I feel like once he gets to the upper echelon, and I'm not even putting Ponzinibbio in the upper echelon, but I feel like Ponzinibbio's closer.
He has more tools.
Yes.
Yeah, he has more tools.
Once you get to the upper echelon, same thing that just happened to Justin Gaethje. Once you get up there and you fight those guys, the best guys, there's a drop-off. There's a gap.
You can't be a one-trick pony.
You can't be a one-trick pony. You can't be a brawler. It's not sustainable over a long period of time. None of the best fighters in the world ever, maybe not ever, but none of the best fighters currently, or at least for a long time, are brawlers. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. The only one,
I
think the only one we talked about, Robbie Lawler.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
exception.
Right. Yeah.
Robbie Lawler.
He's an exception. He really is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think right now, like at the current set of MMA, because there could have been Chuck Liddell or whatever.
Yeah.
All that type. But
no, but even Chuck wasn't a brawler. He was very elusive. But Robbie was probably the closest thing to a brawler that you can get to a champion. Yeah. But who are the other champions?
That's it.
Dominic Cruz, even Demetrius Johnson, T.J. Dillashaw. Like, look at these names: John Jones, even Daniel Cormier, GSP, Anderson Silva, Stipe Miocic.
Everyone.
He's not a brawler.
Yeah.
Woodley, that guy's not a one-trick pony.
Definitely not.
You know. Yeah. So once you get to the upper echelon, like what happened to Justin Gaethje.
Yeah,
it's just not sustainable. You need more than that. Speaking of Justin Gaethje and Eddie Alvarez's fight, not to jump.
No, go ahead, jump on it, baby.
Eddie Alvarez said something beautiful. He was describing his fight to Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, and
the breakdown of it, what he had to do to win. And everybody was super excited because it's like brawler versus brawler.
Yeah,
what was it? The most violent fighter title. That's what they were kind of bigging up, which is fun to think about.
Yeah.
But Eddie Alvarez was like, listen, man, I knew he was strong mentally. I know he had a lot of heart. I know he has a lot of spirit. So in this fight, I had to match his spirit. I had to match his heart, but I needed to beat him with technique.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
good. And he's like, I knew that if I match his spirit, if I match his heart, I'd survive because I'm not giving up. He's not giving up.
Yeah.
So the only way to beat him is with technique. And he chipped that dude
real good
up.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it looked like Justin Gaethje was in that fight was because Eddie Alvarez was getting leg kicked and he wasn't checking him.
True.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's right. That's the only thing.
That's the only thing.
That was the only thing.
No offense to Justin Gaethje, but I hope that fight makes him realize, dude, you got to start threatening people with your wrestling.
Yeah.
And he has really
good
wrestling.
That's true, yeah.
Dude.
It's one of those, like, Rampage Jackson was a wrestler, Never threaten anything else
Yeah.
but the hands.
Yeah.
No, maybe one leg kick just to throw it out there, but pretty much just hands, just all
because
hands.
he wants to knock people out. That's what he
Yeah.
loves. But what you're not realizing is that takedown attempt, people getting on their toes because they're worried about your takedown, will set up the strikes.
It sets everything up.
Yeah.
It's like being a triple playing basketball, triple threat.
Mm.
Okay, pass. Are you gonna drive in? Or are you gonna shoot?
Mm.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You can't just
Funny.
be
That used to be my nickname.
funny.
No, triple threat.
Oh, my bad. Trick or treat. my bad.
Actually, funny.
So let's just move on to the. So what do you call it? Didn't you want to speak more on Eddie Alvarez? There was a comment.
Oh, yeah, it was Ariel Helwani's show. Yeah, Eddie Alvarez was talking about the title picture.
Okay.
He was asked about if he has his sights set on the title, the lightweight title, held by Conor McGregor, interim champ Tony Ferguson.
Hostage.
And then he was just kind of like, I came up with the concept of most violent fighter title because he doesn't feel that the belt holds as much weight and value as it once did. He feels that he's getting by without the title. He's making good money. And his whole thing was like, listen, we keep asking what can the UFC do for us, and that's more money. But he's like, what are you doing to make the UFC more money?
Sure.
And he's like, the one thing they'll do for you is pay you more money if you make them more money. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, everybody complains about it, but all you have to do is make them more money.
True.
I can't increase my productivity. I can't not increase my productivity and ask for more money.
It's true.
In any market.
It just doesn't work like that.
It just doesn't work like that. Doesn't matter if you're winning fights. I need to see productivity. So he was saying, he added that because of that reason. But he was like, honestly, the title is kind of lost and it's weird. He's like, Tony Ferguson won the interim title from beating the number 7 guy. He's like, how does that make you a champion by meeting the number 7 guy?
True.
So my point on that, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me, is
I don't.
MMA is very unique
in
that the champion, the person or team that is the number 1, the champion,
Gotcha.
they have to constantly defend their title.
Yeah.
Whereas most major sports, even in like other singular sports like tennis, you don't defend your title. You go into the group stages, the brackets, season by season, tournament by tournament, round by round, and you have to beat everybody over again. So the championship, let's talk about NBA since it's around
awesome
right now, and it's awesome. Playoffs, NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? How many teams on each side?
8.
8 teams on each side. So that's 16 teams total.
Yep.
The championship team from last year doesn't necessarily have to be in the playoffs.
No.
They have to qualify for the playoffs. Usually they're going to be in the playoffs. But the point is, let's say on one side, the championship team from last year makes it to the finals.
Okay.
And
Let's
then on
say
the other
Warriors.
side, the Warriors.
Okay.
And then on the other side, let's say one of the lower seeded teams, because everybody's seeded.
Okay.
Let's say number 7.
Makes
it
it
to the
Let's say
finals.
like the Wizards.
The
make
Wizards.
It. Okay.
They have a chance. Everybody has a chance. And they make it, boom, they knock teams out. Best out of 7 series. 1, boom, boom, boom. Then they make it to the championship game. Now you have number 1 versus number 7. Right?
True.
Right?
True.
And
true,
actually,
true.
in the grand scheme of the brackets, if you talk about the entire NBA, they're number 7 on the East, but they might be lower than that in the
overall.
overall.
They might be in like the 14th.
14th or something, right? Or 10 or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever.
So, first of all, the championship team is not defending their title because they have to win it over again.
True.
But second of all, let's say we just keep it as if they are. If they beat the Wizards, are they considered the true champions? Yeah.
Yeah, they still are.
They still are. Why not? Because they've been facing teams, and they've made it to the championship team. Now, if you beat the number 32 team, the number 50 team, maybe it gets murky there. But it just shows that in other sports, that happens very frequently.
And we're okay with that.
And we're okay with that
Yeah.
because it's fine. At some point, everybody's at a higher level. And if you look at again, because MMA is unique, it's hard to relate it. But tournaments are going on all the time in MMA.
True.
We just don't look at it as a tournament. We just look at it as an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
This guy beat that guy, then he beat that guy. His resume's built.
Yeah.
So when you beat somebody, you're beating their momentum and their resume.
True.
So Tony Ferguson beating. So actually, and then the last point is, what if Kevin Lee, number 7, beat Tony Ferguson, number 1? Is he considered the champ?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He beat number 1 guy.
No, that's good. Where you're putting it, even what adds even more merit is that we've seen a lot of people that we thought didn't really deserve that title match yet and win.
Yes.
We had Cody Garbrandt, when
Yeah.
he came up, we're like, I'm not sure if he really deserves this fight against Dominic Cruz.
Yep.
What happened?
Moonwalked all over him.
Rose, the latest one, Rose Namajunas, Miss Thug Rose. Everyone's like, I don't think she's there yet. I don't think she has mentally. She's there. And what did she do to the one of the fighters we could have considered the GOAT of female wrestling?
Yep.
I mean, female MMA.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, pound for pound, list top 10 for sure.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily, man. And we didn't see anyone beating her anytime soon.
And people consider her one of the best strikers, period, in all of MMA. Forget about men, women.
It still is.
Yeah.
But Rose beat her.
Yeah.
So
even Conor.
Yeah.
Even Conor Aldo.
I agree.
People didn't think he deserved that title shot.
He talked his way into championship, and boom.
Beat him.
What happened?
Beat everybody.
I agree. So MMA is one of the... maybe it's a little bit different in boxing.
Even Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. That was great, too, because I remember a year ago, you're like, I'm not sure if Tyron really deserves it, and look what he did.
Yeah.
He won the title.
And I say that because he hadn't fought in, like, a year
in
and
a
a
year.
half.
Yeah. I agree. So it's one of those, like, MMA is a different monster because there's so many ways you could lose. There's so many variables. Not even in boxing. You'll see upsets here and there, but not like you see in MMA. I think MMA, championship-wise, is the most unpredictable one because you never know. Who would have thought Chris Weidman would have beat Anderson Silva? I think that's the biggest one. Even though that fight, his mistake at the end, when you look at it, you see Chris Weidman defeated Anderson Silva.
Yeah. And Chris Weidman defeated a bunch of guys before that.
Yeah.
So it's not like he just came out of nowhere.
True. Yeah.
He was padding his resume. He was winning fights. He had a chance. In MMA, there's a reason why there's a top 10. And that's the rankings. Like once you make to the top 10, you're official. Because anybody in that pool can beat anybody for the most part. And we can't look at it like, oh, well, Anderson Silva's just head and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah.
Or, John Jones, head and shoulders. Like there's a big gap from champion and number 1 and number 2 and number 3.
It changes real fast.
In MMA, it's usually not like that. Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Right? When we get the GOATs.
Yep.
But normally it's like Woodley, great champion, but the gap is not big between him and the rest of the division.
Agreed.
Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, their gap is not big.
You still have great fighters in there. You have Edson Barbosa, you have Khabib, who are going to be fighting
everybody,
up next.
Every division, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one now is theoretically, is Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah, Demetrius Johnson, and look at the way everyone's talking about Max Holloway right now. Everyone's building him up now.
Yeah,
saying how great he is.
Sure.
He could be the GOAT. And watch 2 fights from now, someone's gonna beat him, and like, you know what, this guy is a monster we've never seen before.
Sure.
So it's always that's what I love MMA. It's always changing. You never ever know who's gonna stay on top. Like that's, I think Johnny Hendricks should have beat GSP in that match or whatever, and at that time we thought GSP was like the greatest welterweight of all time. And yeah, man. So we'll see how that goes. Moving right along, let's get into some jiu-jitsu, man.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce Kasai.
Yeah, Inverted Gear. Go to invertedgear.com. Type in the coupon code SHOWTHER15 and save yourself some good money on jiu-jitsu gear. Rash guards. If you're a gi guy, gis. They got shorts, they got T-shirts.
Spats.
You can get that Show the Art rash guard on there. You know
come
what I'm saying?
on now, get some of that.
Save 15% off. Use the coupon code ShowTheArt15. InvertedGear.com. What were you saying about
what
jiu-jitsu?
A seamless kind of transition.
My
man.
bad.
No, I didn't even notice that you went into that plug, that shameless plug.
I just kind of tripped into it.
Yeah. So about the pronunciation, is it Kasai Pro? Kasai?
I guess Kasai.
Whatever it
we'll
is.
call it Kasai.
It was dope.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. And got one person I did not expect winning.
Boom.
Renato Canuto.
Yeah.
Man, he is.
The guy's the next big thing.
Yeah. He's so hot right now.
Renato is so hot.
That Renato is so hot.
Who was so hot last week in jiu-jitsu?
Who was so hot last week?
Craig Jones.
Oh, yeah. Craig
every
Jones.
week there's a new there's a new flavor. In
There's a new
jiu-jitsu.
hotness, man. There's a new hotness, and his name is Hinato. He's a new flavor.
He put work in, man.
He put work, man.
So the Kasai Pro Invitational, I guess they called it.
Overall success.
And we were talking about how interesting it was, where they made 2 groups, Group A, Group B, and they ran it kind of like
soccer,
like world class soccer.
I loved it. I loved it.
So, but unlike soccer, like World Cup soccer, most people could relate to. It's like there's a bunch of groups, 4 teams in each group, but in World Cup soccer, 2 teams make it out of each group.
Yeah, true.
But in Kasai, just one person.
Just one, dog.
And then they face each other for the championship match, right? It wasn't like a round robin after that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They faced off each other, and it was between Canuto and Vinicius.
Yes.
Is that how I pronounce it,
Yes.
right? Vinicius. So, dope match. Hinato won. He was just fun to watch, man. When they showed a highlight, I forgot who posted up what he did to Mancher.
Oh my god.
It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was art. So it was a fun matchup. The Gordon Ryan Yuri. Did you get to see that matchup? Oh, homie, it was. I think it was 18 seconds left.
Yeah.
I wish it came up to like 3-2-1, but it is what it is. There was like 18 seconds left. Gordon took his back and then ended up
getting the choke.
Yeah, rear naked.
Gordon is
jaw,
a beast.
whatever. Yeah.
Man, everybody keeps saying like, man, how's Gordon doing? You
can't deny this man.
Yeah, you can't, man.
You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot deny
it's
the white
hard.
Bohoshinya.
People want to deny him because he's, he talks the shit
He's
to get
young
the
and
matches.
brash.
Yeah. But there's a reason why he's beating everybody. It's because he's very talented. He's very skilled. He puts in a lot of hard work.
Yep.
And he's super comfortable and confident on the mat.
You could just see it. He just oozes confidence,
Yeah.
man. It's just one of those, like, you could feel like whoever he's facing is like, I can't make a mistake. And that already throws you off.
Yeah.
If you're already thinking in your head, like, man, I can't mess up, or he's going to capitalize, and not putting your game, it's a wrap, man.
That's it.
It's a wrap. And he is a problem, no matter what, like, whether he's on defense or offense. It's just like he could finish you off, take your back. It's just the only guy who has his numbers, Felipe.
Yeah.
That's why I can't say he's number 1, because Felipe beat him 2 times. But Felipe only competed how many times this year, opposed to what Gordon's been doing, competing in everything. So, my hats off to Gordon, man.
Yeah.
So he is a monster, proving everyone wrong.
What I'd love to see next is Gordon, how he does in the gi.
Yeah.
I know he expressed interest in it.
Yeah.
It's a different game, and he's well versed in the gi. He's trained in the gi for many years. He's not a slouch in the gi.
Yeah.
I'm sure he trains gi from time to time now.
Okay.
I know he focuses on no-gi, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see how he does with no-gi because a lot of these top guys that he's fighting and actually beating in no-gi are world-class gi competitors as well. and as we know, it's a little different.
Yeah.
It's a little different. I'd like to see how he does in the gi. I'd like to see how he does in other rule sets in the gi. Gordon works very well. It's undeniable how well he works when it's sub-only rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
When all is open.
Yeah.
But how does he work when the rules are a little limited?
Yeah.
Obviously I'm talking about like heel hooks.
Yeah.
And then how does he work when there's a world-class guy that knows how to detangle the gi at a world-class level and hold you down or trap you or get choked from different areas or
it's a different monster,
it's
man.
a different monster. So I know he expressed interest, that's why I bring it up.
Yeah.
So I'm curious and I'd love to see how he does in the gi.
In the post-fight interview, I think he mentioned that he's maybe a few months away from joining because he knows that the killer's out there. He still has to work on a little bit more, but I just can't wait to see like on IBJJF.
Yeah, imagine
Instagram.
Gordon in the IBJJF Worlds in the gi competing against Andre Galvao,
Buchecha, Leandro Lowe. I want to see that, man.
Absolute against Keenan in the gi.
Man.
When he beat Keenan twice, no gi.
Yeah.
But now when we talk about gi, that's Keenan's world.
And Keenan is killing it right now, man. No one's beating him.
Yeah, no one's
beating Keenan right now, man.
So I'd love to see all those matches. There's so much more potential for him to face and to make money even.
Yeah, man.
Honestly.
Yeah, just to to stake your name as the greatest of all time. He has that.
You got to do everything.
Yeah, he has that chance to put his name
Mhm.
there. So
There's a reason why Marcelo is considered one of the greatest, and one of the reasons is because he competed in both and won in both. Right?
True.
You can't just be limited.
Yeah.
Especially in jiu-jitsu. People wanna separate gi and no gi so much.
Yeah.
But they're actually very similar.
Yeah.
Okay? And they're too close to separate, honestly.
Gotcha.
They're too close to separate. So if you want to be considered one of the greatest of all time in jiu-jitsu, like you just said,
Yeah.
you got to win in both.
And I like when he mentions it, he says, I'm the greatest no gi competitor, or in that terms. He doesn't say greatest jiu-jitsu. Every time he mentions, or when I read it, I notice he always
He's
says
very selective.
no gi. Yeah. So
greatest of all time, he's saying?
No, I'm just saying like
he's
my
the
bad.
best no gi guy right now.
Let me not butcher any word.
Please.
When he talks about being great or
Jeez.
whatever, he talks about being at no gi. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So props to him.
Yeah, just don't talk about being great.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
That's true. Yeah.
Don't say that.
But sometimes, I'm like, yo, you're just a troll, and you just enjoy like
True.
eliciting like a reaction from people. You know what I mean? Like Joel Embiid. Everyone loves Joel Embiid right now, the center for the 76ers. And he just loves to troll. He was talking about how when people aren't yelling at him at opposing arenas, he gets kind of bored. So he wants to elicit. He wants like that reaction.
That's
so
fine.
I think that's how Gordian, that's the way he's built. He just wants to get that reaction from you. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know what's interesting too? He seems like a very quiet guy.
Okay.
Just from seeing his interactions at tournaments with people.
Gotcha.
Granted, he might be quiet at tournaments.
Yeah,
but in his personal life, he might be
loud.
a ruckus.
Yeah. Sure.
But even in interviews, when you hear him talk, he's kind of like reserved.
Okay.
Like
cool.
you could tell he's not full of zeal.
Yeah.
When he talks, which is just an indicator of somebody who's more quiet, more to themselves. They're not like Gordon doesn't seem like he acts the way he does on the mic in his personal life.
True.
Which is very interesting when we hear about
like
those
a Connor type of.
like a Connor type.
Yeah.
But Connor actually.
Well, actually, no. Let me take that back.
Connor seems like he talks like that in his real life. That's why people accept it.
Actually, I was like, he's still loud, but he's more humble once like the fight is over. So those are two different things.
You don't have to defend the man.
Yeah.
The guy's a millionaire.
True.
100 times over. You don't got to defend
It'd
the
be
man.
nice to see him fight again, but whatever. Who's judging?
But who's counting?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Oh, so let's talk about the fight this past weekend.
What fight?
T-City.
Oh man, Brian Ortega, T-City.
Man.
What did you think? How did you think the fight was? Where do you think the fight was in the scorecards after the first round?
Oh shoot. That's a great question.
Do you think
it could have went either way. Cub was kind of feeling his groove towards the end, right? Who did you have? Probably Cub.
I had Cub because he was landing a lot more significant strikes.
But Brian is looking a little more comfortable with his hands.
He looked very comfortable.
That's one thing I saw. I'm like, the one thing I'm noticing is he doesn't mind that trade off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He looked a little like you could see it. You could just see when someone's confident in their stand up. He didn't look stiff.
No.
You know what I mean? Just looked really fluid, just
and
throwing
he
it out
wasn't
there.
overreacting to punches that were being landed on him.
Yeah.
You know,
true.
When you start overreacting to somebody punching you or flinching so much, they smell blood. They come at you even harder.
True.
But when you stay calm and you stay relaxed, you can keep that composure. It won't seem like there's a chink in your armor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what he displayed over the weekend.
And the dopest part is,
Bro.
I think over that weekend, John Danaher was on one of his captions talking about like, you have a move like your submission, but you don't throw it at them. You kind of lull them to sleep, and so they don't know what's going on. Okay, it's like obviously jiu-jitsu, whatever. And as Brian Ortega was fighting, I'm like, man, it just always looks like he's lulling you to sleep, and then he gets a submission. And that's what it looked like he did with Cub Swanson, man. He kind of lulled him, whatever, took that neck, and then even the fact that he readjusted to sink it in even more. Yeah. Can you speak on that? So what did can you break that down just a little bit more with that one-arm guillotine?
Yeah, so let's rewind to the end of the first round.
Okay.
Cub Swanson kept giving Brian Ortega this reaction of pushing on the hips and like trying to disengage. And when you disengage backwards and you're pushing, what happens? Your head goes forward. So you're kind of like pulling yourself out of this hole.
Gotcha.
So Brian Ortega felt that in the first round, and that's when he decided to slap on an anaconda choke, which was smooth as F.
Yeah.
And he slapped it on, but whether Cub was gonna get out or not, he was saved by the bell.
He was, man.
Because
You saw his face.
That thing was tight.
That thing was tight, man. You could see the stress on his face.
Yeah.
It had it caught the perfect angle where you saw Cub Swanson was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Now, granted, anaconda choke, you can survive in it.
Okay.
When you make a lot of space with your shoulders,
He's pushing his elbow
head
away.
up, yeah, you can survive in it, and then it's really rough on your own arms to keep squeezing when somebody's like really resisting for a long time. So it's one of those things where you're like, all right, he's resisting. Let me let go. So who knows after that? But he was saved by the bell. So with that data, as a true jiu-jitero does, they absorb the data, they figure out your weakness, and then they exploit it later on. So in the second round, that's what happened. Brian Ortega had Cub against the fence, back against the wall, and Cub was doing kind of the same thing, like trying to disengage, pushing on the hips, not committing, getting in there, getting double unders, getting single unders, trying to throw elbows, and then make your space. Like you got to attack the person to defend, to get out.
Gotcha.
Especially when your back is against the wall. But since he was being very like disengagey, his head was moving.
Did you say disengagey? Oh, just engagey. Just
disengage.
Oh, just okay. My bad.
E.
Okay, just disengagey. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Opposite of just engaging, because he doesn't disengage. He's engagey. It should be just an engagey.
Oh, we're rocking today, man.
So
that coffee's delicious.
Be that coffee.
Yeah.
So he downloaded that data, and then in that moment he felt like, all right, this guy's putting his head down even so slightly, so I can guide it further. So the most beautiful thing he did was he threw a knee that got Cub Swanson's head to point even further down.
Oh,
it was like knee, jump on the neck.
Damn, man.
It was beautiful. Picture perfect. So he gets the one-arm guillotine. One-arm guillotine is hard, especially when when the guy's standing and you're hanging off the body.
Okay.
So he has one arm wrap around the neck, one arm wrap around the arm.
Okay.
He's arching his hips into him to spread apart the spine and pull all the pressure into the neck, into the throat. But it looked like not Brian Ortega. Cub Swanson was doing the right thing. He might have been grabbing the wrist, but what he was doing was pushing down on Brian Ortega's legs, on his hips, like you're taking off your pants.
Okay.
Right? You know, you grab from the waist and you push straight down. So that's the defense he was trying to do, almost like make him fall off so that he doesn't have the leverage to even squeeze the neck. So as he's doing that, Brian Ortega, his grip starts slipping, but since Cub Swanson was so focused on that, he was able to let go and then latch back on in a deeper fashion.
That was crazy.
And then readjust his legs a little higher. And by that time,
it was a wrap, man.
Cub Swanson's head was about to get ripped off.
Yeah, that boy's a problem, man. It just shows how far above he is, like jiu-jitsu wise, man. Just like checkmate. It's just like putting everything together, trapping you in, and
man,
boom.
You know, it's funny that he did that. It inspired me to go back to the head arm guillotine and practice it. And I am. Yeah, I literally started drilling it. I got some extra details because I was never good at it.
That's the best when you get inspired by someone to kind of evolve your game. Sometimes you need that, man. Just to like, you know what, I'm not feeling it, whatever, or not even not feeling it. You just, man, let me try to implement that into my game and make myself better.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love watching MMA and jiu-jitsu, because it allows me to get some data, some intel, and add it to my arsenal.
It's just being a student of the game. Yeah, whatever you do, just be a student of the game. It makes you appreciate the people that at the highest level when they do it, because you know how hard it is to do that. Yeah. Like for me, I love weightlifting, so there were the worlds kind of like right below the Olympics. The world where all the best lifters from the world come in to lift. It just the movement's so beautiful. It's art to me. It is art because there's so many things going on and there's so many things that you're thinking about, whatever. So you get inspired. It inspired me to kind of work on my technique, not even get stronger, just to work on my technique. Because if my technique is better, just like in jiu-jitsu, whatever, your efficiency, just everything goes up.
Sure.
So.
Now let me ask you about that. What is the number one problem people make when they're a jiu-jitsu guy or an MMA guy, they're training for a match or a tournament or a fight, and they make with strength and conditioning training?
Maybe they're not treating it as a supplement. You know what I mean? Like, your number one sport is jiu-jitsu, so it's not about going too ham in the gym where it kind of affects your training in your main sport. You know what I mean, like you can't be too sore from doing a bench or.
And what happens when that happens?
Yeah, your game and whatever your main sport kind of like lags off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's one of those things. It's like falling in love with like a lot of guys I know fall in love with the bodybuilding thing. It's bodybuilding's cool and all that stuff, but it's not really going to translate well into your jiu-jitsu game or whatever. It builds a good base or whatever, but yeah, so a lot of people, it's just one thing too, which is I think no one understands, or not understands, but what I want people to understand more is that with lifting, whether you're doing a squat or a clean, a snatch, it's an artwork all in its own. So sometimes people have the ego of like they learn the squat and what it is, but there's always a way to get better. If a black, I tell everyone at our gym, if a black belt who's been doing jiu-jitsu for 15 years is still going back to the basics and relearning everything, what makes us weightlifters or anyone that like enthusiasts too good to maybe learn a push-up or a bodyweight squat? We're too good for that. There's always a way you can make yourself better in even the most simplest things. And the better you become, the better you are with like bodyweight movements, the better your movement's going to be with the weights. Yeah, you're building a foundation. You got to always build that foundation. That's why I feel like, not I picked up jiu-jitsu fast, but I picked up things a lot easier is because I knew it's just like it's gonna take time. The movements that you're teaching me, maybe a Kimura or maybe an escape, I'm not gonna get it that day, and I'm okay with that. I know that it's gonna take time, patience, and repetition. So
probably the number one thing, the goal.
Yeah.
Each time you come in, you got to have a goal. Just like when you're exercising. Especially when you're training for your sport.
Yeah, man.
You got to have a goal that day. This is my plan. I'm training these things. I'm doing these workouts in this way. Jiu-jitsu, you're in a kickboxing class, MMA class, same thing should happen.
Yeah.
I have a plan. I have a goal. I have an idea of what I want to try to do when I'm sparring today. You know, because you can't always control what the teacher's teaching.
Yeah.
So, but once we're grappling, once we're sparring, you should have a couple of goals, have a couple of plans ready to work on.
What are you trying to do? Yeah.
Otherwise, are you gonna make gains?
Or you're just in that hamster in that wheel.
Yeah.
And you're moving, but you're not moving, type of thing. You know what I mean? They had a great article on flow grappling with John. Is it Hinger or Hinger?
Josh Hinger.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's Hinger. It could be Hinger, but I've heard Hinger.
He had there was a great article on him and when to implement your A game, and he kind of dives into like how he thinks. He says when he hates running, and when he doesn't want to run, he just says just get like 10 minutes just to warm up, and then you're done. And then he adds another 5 and another 5, and all of a sudden he's running 40 minutes.
This guy tricks himself.
Yeah, right. And then he says the same thing about lifting. Let me just get a few sets. Let me just get let's say 3 sets in. Okay, let me get another set. Let me lift heavier or whatever. And they says making small, not goals or little small goals that you reach little by little. And it's a great article. You guys got to check it out. I read it yesterday.
Great writer.
He is.
And a phenomenal jiu-jitsu competitor.
Yeah, man. He's a problem. He's a problem. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate that he like the knowledge that he has. It just makes you kind of like, oh man, I want to get to know you just to kind of pick your brain because it seems very intelligent.
Yeah, and the root of that is. We feel sometimes that the goal or the idea, whatever we're about to do, the plan, like working out that day, is too high. The plan is too high. The goal is too high. It's too far of a stretch. I don't have time.
Yeah.
So you don't commit to it.
Yeah.
But if you say, you know what, let me just get 10 minutes in. I could get 10 minutes in. I have the energy for 10 minutes.
It's true.
You're not afraid of that high of a climb, you know?
Yeah.
You'll commit to it. And then within those 10 minutes, you can easily feel like, oh, okay, I'm good. Actually, I'm good on time. Actually, I'm good on energy.
Yeah, man. Totally agree.
Yeah, and then I guess that's where the Josh Hinger comes in of adding more time, adding more sets.
I think Faraz said it really well. It's just like a domino effect. You just got to get that momentum going. Boom. And once you get the momentum going, you just feel different. It's just
man.
Yeah, it's just like stringing along like great coach Ben Bergeron saying it's like a chain. You just keep linking them together.
Okay.
Linking them together little by little. So yeah man.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt when I competed 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I committed to it like a week before.
Yeah.
and I was sitting at home, and I was just like, man, I've been getting that feeling to compete. Not a lot, but like it was happening, you know, on a frequent basis.
Got it.
Not like a starving way, but just like, man, it would be fun. It would be awesome. I should do it. Why not?
Why not?
Do it. You're training. Yeah, you could amp it up.
Yeah.
You can amp it up. You have time. But I just didn't, and I didn't, and I didn't. And then I'm like, why am I not? Why would I? What would stop me from competing? Okay, the number one thing always is financially. I can afford it, but also I put on these little super fight events. It's going to be for free.
Yeah.
So that takes out financial.
Yeah.
Then what's the next thing? Do I have the cardio for it? Again, I put on super fight events. It's just one match.
Yeah.
I can handle one match, right?
Yeah.
At least I should. It's less scary.
You have great cardio, but
I mean, I think so for one match.
Yeah, true.
But you know what I'm saying?
You better.
Okay, that's taken out. So now you take out the two major things that most young guys always think about with competing. Now, what's the other thing? Fear of losing.
Yeah.
Do I fear losing? Why would I fear losing? I don't know. I don't want to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people embarrass you in the gym all the time, brother.
True.
Or people do things to you in the gym that the same thing happens in a tournament. You get embarrassed. Why? If you get tapped in the gym, it's the same as getting tapped against somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? So it takes the embarrassment out. Plus, I always think if I put on a good performance, if I display some techniques, if I don't get outclassed, there's no reason to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then, I guess the root of it came down to committing. The main reason why I hadn't done it yet is because I never decided to just do it. It's like commit. So it was like the battle in myself. Do I have the ability to commit to something?
Yeah.
And that was the root of it.
Got it.
Can I commit to something? So then I was like, right then and there, I start sending messages out to find a competitor, and I didn't even think about it. I'm like, you're committing. And then I was like, well, at first when I decided I was going to commit, I was like, okay, cool. And I put my phone down, and I'm like, yeah, I'll find somebody.
Nice.
And it's like, no, that's not committing. You have to literally make it happen now. Sign on the dotted line, or theoretically sign on the dotted line.
Because you're not going to if
there's
you don't,
room.
Yeah.
There's room. And that's not truly committing. You know, you leave room for canceling.
Yeah.
So I just straight up right then and there, I said, F it, I'm committing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what happens, I'm committing. And then I found somebody, and then it was it.
Nice.
Then my next battle was not to win, honestly. It was, can I truly compete without emotions or without feeling that anxiety and that anxiousness? Can I truly go in there and feel like completely calm like I do when I go into the gym and train?
Gotcha.
Can I do that? Do I have the ability? Do I have the ability to control my fight or flight? And that's very interesting. That's very helpful to know that you can, because what if I really am in a tough situation where some dude is trying to smash my skull in? Can I deal with the emotions of that?
True.
Right? Because you don't always have the time. So those were the two battles that I took on after.
Interesting, man.
So now for the next couple of days before the match, because it was literally Monday.
Yeah.
And then Friday was the match.
I remember you posted on Facebook, I'm excited to show my art. I'm like, I was like, at class? Oh, you'll show your art at class, Abe. But
yeah.
And I was like, oh, shoot, he's going on.
Yeah.
He's going in.
So that was my battle. Like, I wanted to, that was my test. That was my test and my challenge.
Dope.
To see if I can convince myself that losing doesn't matter, winning doesn't matter. Yeah. All that matters is trying to pull off your techniques. Being embarrassed it means nothing. Being scared doesn't get you anywhere in life.
Yep.
All those things are just going to hinder my performance. I want the only thing to happen in my performance are my techniques coming out.
Sure.
And if I lose because of that, cool.
That's okay.
Cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
That just means there's something I have to work on.
Exactly.
Somebody exploited, and that's what happened. Somebody exploited a weakness of mine.
Gotcha.
And it's data to take back and improve on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your biggest learning experiences from that match? How did you feel? How do you feel now post match?
I feel fine.
Okay.
I feel like I can compete. I feel like I'm free now.
Yeah. Does it get you excited to compete even more now that you kind of got that off the back? Or
What's funny is not really.
Okay.
But I don't mind it.
Gotcha.
So like if somebody said, "Hey Abe, we want you to compete at our event next Friday," you know, as long as I feel like I've been working out and I've been training, I don't mind it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Maybe I'm not fully excited, but it's like, all right, if I don't take the match, what happens? Nothing. If I do take the match, what happens? I get a chance to compete. I get a chance to learn, and I get a chance to, you know,
make a name of yourself.
To make and win.
Yeah. True.
And really achieve a goal. So why not? You know, don't worry about getting injured. If you spread that kind of feeling, you're probably gonna get injured.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm not like super excited to compete, but I'm down to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I took the red pill.
Yeah,
I'm free.
It's cool because I see a lot of people at the gym who never competed, and I always tell them you have the potential to put up good numbers, like in either powerlifting or whatever they do. Like, and the nerves, like, I'm not good enough. I'm like, just trust me. Just put yourself. Just see where you're at. Don't think about anyone else. This is more for you. Yeah. And then after they take it, after they go into that first competition, it's kind of like they're driven more now. Because it's like sometimes when you're training, you don't. For a lot of people, it's like you don't see an end goal, or whatever. So just like, what am I doing this for? So sometimes people need a competition just to see, like, okay, this is where you're weak at. This is what we have to fix, and it gets you kind of excited to see where we're at next time.
Yeah,
type of thing,
so true. I mean? Yeah. And you know what? One of the things that it did help me with is it got me back to drilling again.
True.
So now I feel like I'm gonna start improving again.
Dope.
You know, so
you're evolving, just evolving, baby.
If I was a little complacent before, I'm not gonna be complacent anymore.
True.
Yeah. So it did give me again something to work on, but also got me back in the habit of like make time to drill and improve.
Dope. Good.
So those are great things, and then again, I learned how to compete again.
Yeah.
I learned about the speed again because I hadn't competed in like 2 years. I didn't know what it felt like again. And there's a speed.
True.
That you're not. There's a speed that you're not accustomed to, and there's this nonstop like work that you have to be putting in.
Yeah.
It's like imagine somebody tells you to shovel this pile of snow, but I don't want you to stop shoveling for 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
And it doesn't have to be at a rapid pace, but you just can't stop.
Yeah.
You got to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So in a jiu-jitsu match in a tournament, that doesn't mean keep going physically, but keep going mentally the whole time. You can't stop for a second thinking, because then you're gonna get double underpassed.
And you know how fatiguing that's the mental aspect. Of any like especially with jiu-jitsu, just like you're always thinking, what's next? What do I do? How do I defend?
Yeah.
How do I get out of this?
Yeah. Anytime you're defending, you have to be thinking about offense and taking advantage. And then every time you're on offense, you have to be thinking defense so that somebody doesn't catch you
slipping. Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, man, that was my battle, and I felt like honestly, I felt like by the time Friday came, I had won the battle.
Dope. Yeah.
And that match was a consolation match.
Barring any injuries, I think when you compete, only positive things.
Yeah.
You learn something, you gain confidence or whatever. It's just only good things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And it's a great, I'm telling everybody right now, especially if you've never competed before, it's scary. We need to be able to, as human beings, we get we're, especially living in America, we got super comfortable.
True.
We need, and this was one of the main selling points for me to compete again. We need to be able to feel some fear. Yeah. And we need to be able to face some fear.
And overcome that fear.
And know that we can overcome that fear. Because you will. Yeah. You'll get through it. But we get too comfortable, man. We need to be a little scared every now and then. And we need to be a little scared physically, right, in the match. Because, shit, arm bars. Things coming at you. But we also need to be scared a little mentally. You got to deal with the fact that this match is happening.
That pressure,
So imagine if you were somebody in high school. And you decided freshman year to take up jiu-jitsu. You didn't tell any of your friends. You didn't tell anybody in school. You don't really know anybody. Yeah. And then a year in, you're a sophomore. Everybody starts to know each other. You're still a skinny kid, but you started competing in jiu-jitsu. You know, you're 15 years old, 16 years old, but now you're doing tournaments. Now you felt that anxiety of like leading up to a tournament. Yeah. You know what's the same feeling?
What?
When a bully's like, I want to see you at lunchtime.
Shit. Yeah, true.
and they call you out.
Yeah.
And then the whole fucking class, you're like, oh, shit, my stomach is bubbling. What's going to happen?
Yeah. You're looking at the clock like, please slow down.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight the senior.
Yeah. Most of us know that feeling.
Yeah.
Whether that fight happened or not, because by the time it happens, everybody's like, no, come on, you guys are stupid. And you break it up and you're like, thank God.
You stopped that. He was a monster. You kept him in the football team.
So now if you were that kid that has been dealing with that feeling, couple times in the last few months because you've been doing jiu-jitsu tournaments, do you think you're going to be scared of that guy that says, I'll meet you?
Yeah.
A, nerves aren't going to affect you because you've dealt with it.
Yeah.
And B, you're going to have so much confidence that this guy's not even worth your time.
Yeah. And the one of the biggest things,
Or
too,
girl.
is that everything is slower for you opposed to your opponent if they have no sense of training, if this is the first time. So when you compete more and more, everything kind of slows down. I think Chris Carter, NFL
track back.
Yeah.
He's a track back, right?
Wide receiver, Hall of Famer, talks about how, for example, LeBron James, how everything is super slow for him. In the beginning, when you're rookie, when that lactic acid builds up, when you're not in good condition, your heart rate's being a little bit faster, so everything is moving a lot faster. It's like taking fast pictures, everything like.
Okay.
When you're in better condition, when you're a seasoned vet, you're better condition, so your heart rate isn't pumping as fast. Lactic acid isn't really building up, and now everything is kind of in slow motion at a regular motion.
Yeah.
So same thing whether like you've been in jiu-jitsu and you get into like some random fight with someone, you're a lot calmer because you've seen so many of these pictures. You can analyze it a lot faster. Or if you're going to a competition, if you're a seasoned veteran, everything is a lot slower because you've been there before. You know what it feels like, and you're more comfortable.
Yeah. No, that's a great metaphor.
Yeah.
I actually just used a metaphor in class the other day to a white belt beginner who's like a little spastic.
Okay.
He's like 16.
Yeah.
Spasticity. Raging emotions, hormones
just pumping out.
And you see it when he grapples. It's just like this freaking like just rabid Wolverine ball just running around.
Just going at it.
So I was like, we need to slow down. Think about when you're driving on the highway with your parents.
Yeah.
You're not even driving. You're just a passenger, and you're looking by. It's hard to like see things as they're coming when you're going that fast, right? Like it's hard to focus on stuff. It's just going super fast.
Yeah.
You can catch stuff, but it's like it's going to be hard to react to. It's going to be hard to to physically make it out. But imagine if the car was slower.
Yep.
Now you could see everything. So you're the car. You're not the passenger. You're the car.
That's a great.
So we need to slow it down so that we can really focus on things. The only way you can slow it down is by pumping your own brakes.
True. Oh, that's
and
a good
then
one.
we could start focusing. Oh, there's that thing. Now I could deal with it. There's that thing. I see what it is. I can comprehend it. Because when you're less advanced, you need more time to comprehend.
Gotcha.
When you're more advanced, you need less time to comprehend. So LeBron James can move quicker and react. But if he can do that better than other people, imagine when he slows out even more. And he has even more time to react.
That's a problem.
I guess that's where that guy was going, Chris Carter. Maybe he should have talked to me when he was writing that article.
No. He got it right. He was talking to me.
Was it an article or like a...
No, he was on the air, on TV.
He was on the air.
Yeah, it was on Sirius Radio.
Was he... I don't trust anything on the air, so...
I don't trust you.
Well, actually, this is on the air.
Yeah, so on that note, guys. Hey, guys, we hope you enjoyed this podcast. That was some good knowledge bombs, man.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed those little pearls that we had, those little nuggets.
Yeah, guys, and support our sponsors. Thank you to all the sponsors.
Shout out.
Again, shout out to Mod Cup. Go to ModCup, modcup.com. Type in the coupon code Show the Art and save yourself some good money on some fresh bag of beans. Grind it up real nice. Get the Ethiopia, and your coffee will taste like blueberries if you brew it right.
Yeah. We could dive into that down the road. That'd be fun. Okay.
The coupon code should be live by the time this comes out. Also, shout out to VapeBright.org. VapeBright. They sell the finest of CBD oils
in the business.
In the game. Get your CBD on.
Get your game on, man.
Another reason to lower that inflammation if you train hard.
Get your recovery in, man.
Type in the coupon code Show the Art and save some good money because that thing's not cheap. CBDs are not cheap.
If you want good products, you're going to have to pay a price, man.
That's it.
Don't be cheap.
But use the coupon code Show the Art and you'll save money. Last but not least, Inverted Gear. Go there, Show the Art 15. Save yourself some money. And And lastly, leave us some good reviews on iTunes.
Share, subscribe, rate.
Yeah.
It goes a long way, guys. We keep saying it because it does go a long way. It helps us out big time.
Yeah, support Ames. He's got a big family to feed.
Man. I got a family of 2. Come on.
Man. Hey.
I ain't rich.
You got a bigger family than me. Family of 1.
True. That's true. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. We out. Peace.